YouTube! What is going on, guys? It's the Red Mr. LFC Ninja, and we are back with the post-match review for Liverpool versus Tottenham at Anfield. My lord, my head was just like all over the place. I was playing with my underbeard, like my neck beard, just like, you know, it was saving my nails, though I can't lie. But oh, this was a tough match, but the boys saw it through. Let's go and look straight at the screen. As you can see, the scoreline 2-1 to Liverpool. Our scorers: Henderson, Salah penalty, Tottenham with Kane with Tottenham's goal. You can see my predicted man of the match there, Salah. We'll talk about him a little bit later. Let's get right into the Angry Birds who dropped from the squad, our injury list, our Klopps substitutions, and our starting 11. You can see it all, but I'm just going to quickly browse through it. This is exactly the same as from my prediction, so we've just carried it over, and we'll just continue. What I'll do then is I'll roll it back and I'll put out the real team that played, and we'll have a little chat, and maybe we do some player ratings and all that good stuff. So guys, first of all, the Angry Birds dropped from the squad. Yeah, I had Lovren to be dropped from the squad. I thought Motm was going to be fit, but he wasn't. So yeah, Lovren came into the starting lineup. Obviously, Kelleher, Keanu Hoover. I thought maybe Elliott would pop up, or Brewster, but it wasn't to be. Curtis Jones is there. So anyway, guys, onto the injury list, and our only known injury is Shaqiri, and he should be back, probably for Villa, or maybe even Manchester City at home. That could be a good game for him to get on the bench, but you know, throwing him in against Manchester City at home, ooh, I don't know, guys. I don't know. He's not played in a while, but in saying that, he hadn't played for a while, and he popped up against Man United last season, so who knows? Klopp knows. Let's move on to Klopp substitutions. As you can see, my phone is going off and making loads of noise. Go away. So we have Origi, Keita, Lallana, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner, Joe Gomez, and Adrian. This wasn't the substitutes bench. This is my predicted bench. Let's move on to the starting lineup. Like I predicted, Alisson in goal, Virgil van Dijk, Joel Matip, Alexander-Arnold right back, Robertson left back, Fabinho holding, Wijnaldum left side, Gini right side, Firmino up top, Salah right side, Mane left side. There was one change to that lineup, which was Matip dropping out for Dejan Lovren. So guys, those were my predictions. Let's jump into what the actual team bench and subs were. So guys, literally, it was one change. Hilarious. It was literally one change. I just had a weird feeling that I thought there was more to do. There wasn't. Literally one change, and that was Matip out of the squad and Dejan Lovren in the squad. I was like, surely there's some more stuff to tinker about with here, but no, it wasn't to be. So guys, let's get straight into it. It's going with the player ratings. Alisson today, the goal from Harry Kane, just freak. Alisson couldn't do nothing about it whatsoever. Just one of those things. Alisson, when called upon, done his job. Great feet today, like kept it moving, some nice passes out, didn't kick it out of play once, didn't seem uncomfortable, like he just seemed like he's just back to his best. You know, it didn't need to make any outstanding saves or anything. Comfortable performance. It looked really reassuring. I'm going to give him an 8 for once. An 8, yeah. Virgil van Dijk and Lovren. Virgil van Dijk, for me, I feel like he was at fault a little bit for the Kane goal, kind of. How can Kane anticipate it, but Virgil doesn't? I don't understand that. Like, I don't know. Like, I know it's instinct, but you're the world's best defender, and you don't even kind of, I don't know, track him or do something to kind of, I don't know. I do not know. But guys, I feel like he could have done a bit more there. I thought he had a bit of he was comfortable. Maybe he looked more uncomfortable because it was Lovren next to him. So he had one eye on Lovren and his ability to just capitulate at times. So he couldn't just do his job and focus on his own game. Maybe that was something to do with it. I'm going to give him a 7.5. I feel like there's a lot more to come from Van Dijk. Yeah, and we're also conceding, so we can't possibly have with Alisson in goal. I mean, I'm pretty sure Adrian was the last one to kind of keep a clean sheet. Alisson's been back and we've not kept a clean sheet. Mind you, the goals that we've conceded have been goals that are probably not really savable, in fairness. But we move on. Let's give a rating to Lovren. I think Lovren was about a 7. Like it seems like Kane really pisses him off when he plays him. It's something Kane does, gets under Lovren's skin. He always seems to have a nightmare. He kind of just got around it today and just managed to see it out and just, keep his head. But there were some points where he was really kind of playing like, it was like he was letting Tottenham wind him up. They seemed to be getting under his skin a bit. But he managed to hold out and his game was alright. I'm going to give him a 7. There's room for improvement. Yes, he's had, lack of games. But look, what Lovren does do is he comes in and he does put on a decent performance. More or less when he's called upon. I mean, we haven't dropped no points. He ain't made no mistakes. But maybe it's maybe it's a run of games. Maybe, I don't know, maybe when he has a run of games, he kind of, I don't know, his complacency settles in. Maybe you got to keep him on his toes, so like misses a game and then plays a game. Keep him kind of wanting that first team spot so he doesn't turn slack. I don't know. So guys, I want to give him a 7, as I said. Robertson, absolutely astounding today. Fantastic. Same as Trent Alexander-Arnold. Brilliant, but nobody got down Robertson's side at any point, really and truly. And let's face it, like, I mean, they would have been better off if they played Mora down Robertson's side. But Eriksen up against Robertson was just, I don't know what Pochettino was thinking. That was absolute nonsense. You could see what the plan was. When Tottenham attacked, it would sort of change to this kind of formation right here. That would be what they have in mind to attack. And then Sissoko moves out to the left side, Ali moves out to the right, and it kind of forms like a 4-3, like a 4-3-3. Winks will move a little bit more forward, and it's kind of this sort of position. That's what they was kind of sort of trying to attack us with, and I think that is the main reason why they decided to play Eriksen in that sort of role, but it just wasn't happening for them, was it? So real bad idea, that one. Robertson was up and down, up and down, up and down. Same as Trent, up and down, up and down. Brilliant, just brilliant. Like, they are just some serious wing backs, especially Roberts. I mean, Trent's got the delivery, man. His delivery is dangerous. The way it's getting better as well. That's the scary thing about it. It's getting better. Like, it really is. Like, the way he's pinpointing crosses, he must actually, in training or after training, aim to get the ball in bins and stuff, like, from a distance. It's ridiculous. His crossing is ridiculous, and it's got better. Robertson, on the other hand, he's more solid, but his crossings aren't as dangerous, but they're still dangerous. He can improve on his final pass, I think, a bit more, like pick out, a better pass. But you know what? He's a defender, first off and foremost, and his defensive, he's solid. Whether that's because he's next to Van Dijk and he has direct kind of, communication, it's probably 30% of it, 40% of it. Let's not knock the boy. He is doing bits. You could argue Trent next to Lovren, do they have that kind of connection? Like, I don't know. And I feel like Trent next to Matip is the best. When Trent is next to Matip, he hardly ever gets any problems, like in behind him or around him. It's really organised. When he's next to Gomez or Lovren, there's always some kind of kerfuffle where Trent looks a bit dodgy in that area. I just think it's communication, really. Trent probably takes Van Dijk and Matip a little bit more seriously than Gomez and Dejan. They're probably more authoritative, they're more senior. They're older. I know Gomez is older and Lovren's older, but I just don't know. Sometimes you just want to be kind of instructed or ordered by the best because they're the best. They're the spearheads of the defence, aren't they? At the end of the day. So guys, yeah, those ratings for those guys, they were fantastic. I'm going to give them both. And it's crazy because they didn't even get any assists either. Was there an assist for Jordan's goal? Was it an assist or was it? I can't remember. But let's just go for, I'm going to go for 8s, both of them. I thought they was that good, that consistent. They worked their backsides off. I saw the full-time whistle. Trent actually looked knackered and Robbo looked knackered. They didn't even have enough energy to hug Klopps. It was insane. Fabinho, oh my God, this guy. Today, you know what? This guy should have been man of the match. He was my man of the match. I did pick Salah, but Fabinho should have been man of the match today. I clearly was watching him as I watched all the players for a little while. But Fabinho was just boss. There was one point where he was doing his holding role, he was doing attacking midfield, and he was doing box to box. The guy was just like on fire. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant today. I gotta give him an 8.5, and that's not even with an assist or a goal. 8.5. He was big today. Big. Jordan Henderson at fault for the first mistake. Yes, lost the ball. Was tackled by Harry Winks, but Sissoko then went on to get away from Wijnaldum, away from Fabinho. Jordan tried to get back at him with a recovery run and tackle, but Sissoko just managed to beat him to it and recover possession. And then, yeah, the freak shot from Son hits Lovren in the headpiece, and then bong on the bar, and then falls to carry Harry Kane. So yeah, I was just really unlucky. I mean, how does that even happen? That's just calamity. In like 47 seconds, 46 seconds, it was insane. So guys, Jordan Henderson, obviously after that, picked himself up, dusted off his shoulder, and just thought, you know what? Okay, it's Hendo time. And man just thought, yes. And then he just started doing bits. He showed that mean Hendo energy, will, power, communication. He was on it after that. And he got the goal, he redeemed himself. So happy for him, so happy for him. Because everybody just uses him as a scapegoat. All the Oct and all the Naby Keita vultures are out for Henderson and Ouija. I don't like it. I don't like it when you got fans that are supporting one player just because they want to see one player play. It's all for themselves. It's all selfish. You just want to see. I love Naby Keita. I love Ox. You know what I mean? I love the whole team. I love seeing Milner. I like watching Gomez. But football is football, and we're here to see this team, not just one player. Yes, you might have a favourite. It's not about that. They're substitutes for a reason, and I can see why they're substitutes. And you will have to understand why they're substitutes. And we didn't see them today because they weren't required. They weren't required. By the time it got to 70 minutes, we was leading. If it had got to 80, 85 and it was still 1-1, I can guarantee you would have seen an Ox and probably a Naby. Naby 5 minutes to go, and then Ox would have been like on from about 80 or 76 or something like that. Like without a shadow of a doubt. You wouldn't have had Milner come on. That's why you're not seeing Ox and Naby, because we're winning games. So Klopp isn't doing anything wrong. His choice of midfield is correct. It is the most balanced, and it's the best, and it's the most effective when you're going forward and defending. And you have the 3 men up front, and they're doing bits. So there is enough firepower. There is enough firepower. You don't need more firepower. The option is there for more firepower. More fire. But Henderson, I'm going to give him a mistake. He made up for it for the goal. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Had he not made the mistake and got the goal, it probably would have been an 8 for performance. Maybe an 8.5, maybe. Depends. Wijnaldum quietly got around and did his job nicely. Yeah, he just kept things ticking over. I mean, didn't see any mistakes from him to play into the midfielders nicely. Into the attackers nicely, sorry. I think I'm going to give him probably a 7. I thought Henderson was more impactful. Maybe, obviously, Henderson scored, but obviously he had double the attention because of the mistake, whereas Ouija didn't make a mistake but didn't score. So guys, yes, I'm going to go for a 7 for Ouija. Firmino, Firmino had some moments. He had some moments, relatively quiet, but again, it's busy in and around there, especially when Sissoko, I mean, they came to part of the bus, let's face it, got a lucky goal and they just sat back. Wasn't even really trying to get a second. I saw more counter-attacking ability from United at Old Trafford than I did Tottenham. Yes, Son had that clear-cut chance which he should have scored that hit the bar. But other than that, really, I mean, they had some decent chances towards the end, but nothing too uncomfortable for Alisson. So, I mean, there was literally parking the bus. So, Firmino, yeah, amongst that back four and that deep five, and then Kane on the centre circle, really difficult for Firmino in there. He did have a quiet game, but I'm gonna give him a 7.5. It's probably still as good as, yeah, I think he was probably I'll go for 7.5. It's probably as good as, probably a bit better than Henderson, but Henderson scored the goal obviously to get us level again. So yeah, I'll give him a 7.5. It was a comfortable performance. There is better and more to come from him. Right, guys, Mane had an absolute fantastic game. He was in it the whole match. He got man of the match officially from Sky Sports. He was big. He was doing bits. He was, him and Robertson was terrorizing Eriksen and Aurier. Won us the penalty, which Salah converts to give us the 2-1 lead, and then obviously the victory. Yeah, Mane was superb today. He was in the whole game. He was defensively, he was backing up Robertson. He was there. Brilliant. I can't, he was superb. He was solid. I'm going to give Mane probably an 8 because I feel like he was better than Firmino. Maybe I've been too kind. I'm going to go for an 8. You're lucky, Mane. I'm going to go for an 8. Salah, I thought Salah scored the penalty. I don't think he was great in the match. He had some good link-up play with Henderson and Trent. I think he played more on a Firmino kind of level. So I'm going to go for 7.5 for Salah. Well, no, he got the goal, he scored the penalty, so I'll bump him up to an 8. Yeah, Mane had an all-round better game than Salah, but Salah got the goal, Mane won the penalty, so an 8 rating each. Guys, there are the ratings. After the substitutions, this was pretty much the formation that Klopp was going with. Roberto Firmino drops out for Joe Gomez, who slots in next to Dejan Lovren, creating a 3 at the back. Alexander-Arnold and Robert as wing backs, causing a 5 across the middle. A solid 3 in front, with Mane as the main anchorman dropping in, and then Origi also dropping in. So it's probably more of a 5-3-2 sort of finish, or arguably a 3-5-2, whatever way you want to look at it. The penalty on Mane from Aurier, clear penalty in my opinion. I mean, as Mane said in an interview, he got his body in front of the ball and Serge Aurier, and he waited for the hack. Is what it is. Smart. Just smart, I guess. Yeah. Suit and tie, smart. Job interview, smart. Done what he had to do, won the penalty. Salah converted. Referee, I thought was fantastic. I can't lie, I thought he was really, really good. A lot of things went our way in the first half because we was dominating the game. We had possession. Second half, towards the end, after we'd got 2-1 up, I felt like the referee was giving them a lot of decisions. Well, yeah, because they started regaining the possession, and we was trying to stop them and break it up. Whereas the other week at Man United, we had loads more possession, but they had getting all the free kicks. It made no sense. So last week at Old Trafford was so biased, it was unreal. But this week was much more fair. I feel like the team with the ball should get a lot of the free kicks, to be honest. It only makes sense. So I thought the referee was fantastic. Weren't no red cards. There was a yellow card, I think a few actually. One for James Milner. Broke up a counter-attack that Lucas Moura was about to spring on us. And then obviously Tanguy Ndombele got a yellow. Danny Rose, Sissoko, Dejan Lovren, and also Trent got a yellow card. My predictions for man of the match, as I mentioned a little earlier, Fabinho definitely deserves it. Salah didn't really do enough, but he scored the goal. Hendo with the other goal. Can't even remember what my score prediction was now. Shame. I think I said like 2-0. And then the Mane and the Salah goal. Close-ish. You know, got Salah right, got 2 goals. Obviously, Kane scored, so not completely correct. I got Arsenal in the Carling Cup. I expect Navigator Ox and them man to show up for that Arsenal game. But you never know, Klopp might feel the strongest team again. I can't see it. I do think there will be changes in that one. But yes, guys, look out for the previews. Look out for the post matches. They usually arrive 2 days before the game day or a day or 2 after game day. So guys, this has been the post-match review of Liverpool versus Tottenham. I have been Red Mist LFC Ninja. You can follow me on Twitter. Like, subscribe, share. So guys, I'll see you soon. Let's do this.